Happy Monday, boys and girls. My name is Jeffery Scott Mitchell, coming to you live on Memorex. Default route, default location. This is very well, very probably, very much so. And thank God it's Monday. If I just go by what Mr. Scale told me this morning, Mr. Scale told me 210.0 this morning. To put it in perspective, last week I was 206 on Monday morning. Week before that, I was 204 on Monday morning. Week before that, I think I was 199. But you can throw that 199 out. I don't know what that was about. I might even read it wrong from the chart. Last night I got on the scale, 212. That's a ridiculous number. And I probably earned it. I indulged this weekend. I had epiphanies. I had a very, I don't know if you want to call it spiritual, psychological, or mental experience. I've been thinking about how I want to put this, but because I usually don't discuss things like this publicly, but part of my whole style of life is, everything, be open to everything. It's be open as much as you can and live your life. And that way you don't have to backtrack or, definitely don't lie. You just be yourself 100% of the time. But I partook in the consumption of a controlled substance Saturday night. It's legal in California, recreational even. It had been months since I've done that. And even before that, it may be a year or two. So this is something that I don't do often, deliberately. And part of the beauty of it is, in fact, the main thing is, and of course I recorded myself and I got it all this, down on digital. But the main things that comes out of that, and one of the most things I was probably most proud of and bragging about, is that feeling you get when it first come down. That first one. And my problem is, I'm either all or nothing. I'm gonna do it every day, or I ain't gonna not do it. And when I was doing it every day, I lost that feeling. I lost that beautiful, oh my God, everything is so beautiful. Music sounds so good, that whole, your brain is going. You get a tinge paranoid. You start thinking about things that you usually think about every day, but you think about them in a different way. And all of that, the beauty of it, the beauty of the first time, the beauty of experiencing it like it's the first time. And from that, while I was in that and enjoying that, one of the epiphanies I came up with, one of the points that I thought is that the main thing, or I'm putting this crudely because I still, even in the video, I'm still trying to put the words together to formulate the argument or premises or hypothesis or whatever correctly. But basically, it's roughly speaking that we're all striving to experience that first time, to have it like it was the first time, that first experience when we first did it. No matter what your passion is or what event you're talking about or this or that, we're all striving, or we're all looking to having that experience like it was the first time. And it's kind of the same way with the Black Miles. That first one, that first rush in the morning, you're chasing it the rest of the day. You probably never get it. It very usually doesn't come back, and you're chasing it most of the day. But in smoking marijuana, I guess I could say that's what I was doing. I can actually verbalize it. It should, not ashamed, I'm just something you just don't you know, verbalize outwardly. But to get that buzz and to get that feeling of what it was like the first time, you know, to have that all over again. And not only have that first time feeling, get that first time feeling all over again, to actually feel, since you've done it before, you know what you're going after. Since you've done it before, you know what you're going after, you know how to enhance it, you know how to embrace it. So it's like the first time, but it's better, because you're more experienced at it. And oh my God, that felt so good. That felt so good. I really reveled in that and bragging. That part I was bragging about. That part I was definitely trying to brag about to people, or brag about in a situation that I was very, very proud and excited to have that, where I know a lot of people don't. They're the people who always be taking up too much space behind me. I know that feeling that I had coming down on me, and the way it felt, and the beauty of it, and the revelation, and the spiritual, and whatever you want to call all of that, to have that come down, oh, it's so, so good. And I know that when I was doing it every day, I overindulged or whatever. I lost that. And I'm always, you can say in ways, I'm always chasing it, but you'll never get it back. I mean, you won't, it's not that you never get it back, but it's hard, it's fleeting, it's very hard to attain. Unless you just, you know, stop like me. I don't do it once every 6 months, once every 4 or 5 months or whatever. So, you know, that's that. And so, but to have it, you know, just to have that beautiful feeling of, you know, just, to have it come down on you that way, and it was just so good. Plus, then I had other revelations as far as, well, not revelations, but I had an audience. The police was like looking at me, and I just kept going, trying to maintain. They were like looking at me like they actually looking for something. I don't know. But anyway, I was distracted. So, and only that, you know how the music sounds so much better. You just come up with all these different ideas and things going through your head, and just feels so good. Everything, you're just experiencing everything in a different way. And it's just so wonderful. And it really was Saturday night. And I guess the big thing, epiphany, I even said, this is it. You know, during the moment, I was like, this is it. This is maybe the pinnacle, the zenith of one of the zenith points of my philosophy, to understand we're all chasing that, trying to have that first experience, to relive it, what it was like the first time, to relive that. That is what we're searching for. You know, when we get on the roller coasters, or we do this, or we do that, or we go here, we go there, we want to feel that exhilaration of how it felt that first magical time. And we can experience that first time feeling across different things. It could be the first time feeling at your first P-Funk concert, that first time feeling at your first football Steeler game, first Super Bowl, first this, first that. But that's what I believe, I was, you know, speculating, that's what we're going for. That is what we're all searching for. And in that moment, I was like, look, y'all, I got it. This is it. This is beautiful. I'm here, I'm experiencing it, and I'm allowing you to see it. And I just smiled, and it felt so good. And then the music, the first thing you want to do is, let me put on some music. You know, because, you get that nice little weed buzz or whatever. And the first thing, the music, oh my God. And what made it so much more beautiful was the first music I cut on, was a song that I was messing with. A song that I was putting together. And I posted some of it earlier. And it's called Me Playing Music. I think it was 628 or whatever. Just put together like a little riff or a little whatever it was. And I put that on, and it was so beautiful. It was magnificent. It was, and again, and I've said this before and I apply this to different things. Whether it was magnificent or not, whether it was this or that, whether it's this, that, or whatever, doesn't matter in actuality. What it felt like this was the most beautiful music ever. Well, maybe not to that degree, but it was like, I nailed it. It was like, it was beautiful. It was exactly where, it was sounding the way I wanted it to. It hit that spot, and I listened to it. I listened to like a 4-bar loop for like a half hour. It was just so beautiful to me. That's what it was. It was so beautiful to me. And and I'm thinking to myself, of course, all the crashes are going to be where I want them to. All this is going to be where that's going to be there. This is going to be played that way. Because it's my music. I created it. And again, it goes back. This was like my first time hearing it. This was like my first time hearing it. Imagine it feeling like the first time you're hearing music that you created. And that's what it felt like. And I was open to it, and I just smoked a little bit, like it was like a little tiny bowl, because, I said, I'm kind of bored. Let me, what can I do today, blah, 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 blah. So I got up, got dressed, and I went to get my steps, and I walked towards the storage, and went in storage, went into I knew where my paraphernalia was. From all, I used to smoke weed a lot, So I got my little paraphernalia kit, went and found it, pulled out a pipe, brand new, unused, little small little glass pipe, because it don't take a lot. It don't take a lot. I knew that because the weed I had was from a dude gave me at Santa Cruz. The dude I met in the parking lot, walking up to the venue, he's like, here. He gave me a joint. And I talk shit about Santa Cruz, I did. I still do, about the culture and whatnot, and the offbeat dancing and all of that. It's just the vibe. It's definitely a vibe. It's a beautiful place. You go there, you look around, you see things. That Santa Cruz vibe is real. That's the only way I can put it. It's just real. So for him to give me a joint, without me asking or anything, it didn't come as a surprise. And I brought it home. Been there for a few months, and I broke it. I said, yeah, let me go to my storage, get me a pipe so I can take one little hit. Because I don't want to smoke the whole joint. I didn't want to smoke one hit of it. I just want to take one little, hit. So I went and got that. So that was kind of the big thing, looking forward to that, and woo, 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 woo. And so I went and got my munchies and my Black and Miles before I did it. Then I came home while I was still sweaty. I just got in the car, went to Ralph's, got some munchies. Because I knew afterwards, once I smoke, it's over. And here they come again. These people need to learn how to share the road. I see how they are, how they want to ride side by side. They can't do that. They gotta move over, and this other guy don't move over far enough, you see? And then they wreck, and they don't know how to do it. They gotta spread out and move over, for crying out loud. And it bugs me. It does. It bugs me. I see how these people coming up here and watch, see how they spread out and they give you space, even though they're trying to stay in their lane and do what they doing. But them old cats be getting on my nerves. But anyway, and everybody needs to get a ringer. There needs to be a public service announcement about bike riders having a ringer so they can alert people when they're riding by. But anyhow, so, I made a big deal. I said, well, I'm gonna walk to storage and get the pipe and, I'm gonna get this all set up, then I'm gonna sit down. And so I said, okay. I got that thing, got home. And I said, let me, I'm gonna smoke a little bit, get a little buzzed, and while it's coming down, I'm gonna get in the shower. So I smoked a little bit, and I think I only hit it once the whole night, and I think it twice the whole night. And half of the bowl was still in there, so I just wrapped it up in aluminum foil, put it away. Most of it, I even smoked that much. They started to come down, so I'm still sitting in there in my walking clothes. I'm literally still sitting there in the clothes I walk for the whole night. Once it came down, and I started messing with the cameras and, that feeling. It's like the first time. It's like I'm dealing with all this stuff for the first time. I'm seeing all my OBS studio set up, all my cameras set up, my mics. Oh, it was just so wonderful. And then I put on that music, and I was there. I didn't even get the shower. I was there for the rest of the night. In fact, I don't think I took a shower yet, since. No, because I didn't get my steps yesterday, so I didn't have no reason to shower. So I probably haven't taken a shower since Friday. Yeah, because it was just so good. And I look up and I realize, oh wow, I'm still in the walking clothes, and I ain't even. Plus that music, I put that music on, and it felt so good. One of the main things I do want to convey here is it feels so good to hear my music that I made, and have it feel so good to me. It's like, it's like the first time I hear it, and I keep coming back to that first time thing, because it definitely was a point that I wanted to emphasize and focus on, that first time feeling. It's like I'm hearing this music for the first time. Oh, and the little buzz I had in the headphones, and just, I think I listened to 4 bars of it that I made for like a half hour. It was just grooving. Then I started, messing with it, doing this and doing that with it, playing with it, enjoying myself with the cameras and recording and talking, just being buzzed and, get to play with my toys. And again, it comes down to not overindulging it. I have a problem with either all or nothing. I'm gonna do it every day or I ain't gonna do it at all. And, one thing about the Black and Miles is that I don't do it before work. So my work days kind of helps to, slow that down. Because I definitely will overdo it. I have a problem with overdoing stuff. So, and I know that. So to be able to, put the weed down, don't touch it for months, And then during those months, I didn't want to. During those months, I was like, no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to. I didn't want to have that feeling. I wanted to stay, clear-eyed, clear-minded. I didn't want it. And then, of course, with the eating and Black and Miles and this and that, I started getting that feeling like I was gonna pass out feeling. And I think it's because of the Black and Miles and the weed, the combination or something. But I got it again. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I had to lay down. And I really don't like that feeling. And it seems to happen with the weed and the Black and Miles. Probably the combination of the two, smoking like that, is probably a little too much or whatever. It's the way it hits me. but I didn't like it. I had to lay down. And once it passed, it was good. Once it passed, it was so good. And I just laid there. And I still felt good. I still was enjoying the vibe. And I basically was up till 5 in the morning just because I enjoyed the way I felt with myself. Basically, I wanted to keep experiencing myself. Literally. I think I was watching TV, doing this, doing that, just feeling that feeling. Of course, I was eating probably. And just to experience me, first, that was different. And I went last. And it was 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I'm just gonna go with it, And that kind of, so Sunday, I'm up till 5 in the morning Sunday. So you can imagine what that's gonna make Sunday. If I'm up all Saturday night. So you imagine Sunday shot. I think I woke up at 11 or something. Went to bed at 5, woke up at 11. 6 hours sleep is enough. But I was just groggy and, I wasn't fully I couldn't fully wake up to the point that I went ahead, ordered delivery, paid $60 to have a pizza and wings delivered. It was a big pizza and it was good, but damn, I didn't feel like getting up and doing anything. And I ate too much of that. Led me to the 212. I don't even think I had any sweets last night. Ate that damn near that whole pizza. Whole 16-inch pizza. It was thin New York crust. It wasn't like a deep dish, a lot of dough or nothing. But, whew, I did the damn thing. And then I think I had cookies and Mike and Ike's and Dots and cheese Danish Friday night. I don't know if I had a Saturday night. I probably did have a Saturday night. Probably even a double dose. Let's just be real, come on. Let's just talk about it. Because I had the munchies and it was so good eating. It's like the first time. It's like, oh my God. That was the feeling. I was really braggadocious about that. I was like, look at me, this is what I'm talking about. This is it right here, y'all. Having that feeling, that first time feeling. And to be recording it, and then to hear my music that I made and just loving it. Having it sound so good to me. Having the music that I created, like hearing it for the first time, and having it feel so, so good to me. That pretty much brought tears to my eyes. And just to listen to that same 4 bars, whatever, or loop over and over and over again, because it was killing. It was definitely killing to have that experience. So now here I am, weight is up, start of another work week. I feel pretty good. In fact, for some reason, I had muscle tension in my neck or something, and I was like having this kind of almost like a headachy feeling. When I cough or something, I can feel pain or a strain, muscle strain in the back of my neck, base of my head, base of my skull, whatever. It's gone. It's gone. It stopped. So basically, I'm like walking around almost ache-free without no aches or pains. I got a little ache in my foot, but even that's like the toe, my bad toe, ingrown toenail thing is fixed. There's nothing there. My shoulder, I was having shoulder pain, like a tightened muscle or something, nerve or whatever. That's gone. So I'm feeling pretty good. I got a little ache in my right foot, but it's nothing compared to what it was. And I don't think it's quite plantar fasciitis yet. but it's probably something along those lines where I probably need to take a break from walking, because that's when I got on the glider for a while. I was doing the glider until I guess my foot healed, I guess you could say. And I had to get back out there walking again. But it's not as bad as it was, so I'm feeling pretty good. Granddaughter be here in a few days. Got some bills I gotta pay, some things I gotta wrap up. Get all my ducks in a row for when they come out. And I go to the undisclosed location for a few days. So it's, you know how life can be. I'm sure you know how life can be. Or you might not. Again, this is my experience. And I have to remember, well, I have to do nothing, but it's probably best that I don't assume that everybody has this experience, or everybody has access to the kind of experiences that I've had and that I do. I have to remember that this experience is unique. And speaking of unique, I was thinking, this is the feeling. It's like the first time experiencing it. You get that? It's like what we're chasing is to have that feeling like it was the first time. First time we rode the Wildcat roller coasters. First time we went to Outdoor Park. First time we did this. First time. That is kind of what we're chasing. And then I thought, you could probably counter that statement or that argument or whatever, or that point with, there's also the only time. You can have the first time, and then you can have the only time. And I kind of compared those two. This is a thought exercise. You go through life, the only time this ever happened to me, where it may or may not could happen again. And it's usually, I guess if it's more than likely only time, it has to deal with you and another person. And that's the context that I thought of it in, is what about, that time that you and another person or group of people did something, it probably can never be repeated. A lot of stuff you can, like the first time that I did, it's never like the first, it can't be the first time, it's only one. In fact, when I was thinking about the only time, everything is the only time. Every time is the only time. Everything you do, every moment is the only time for that. That's the only time that's gonna happen. So basically, every moment is the only moment. Like, it's the only time you're gonna be able to experience that. Remember, you say, remember that time? Me and you snuck off and we went and did this and did that and did that. Wasn't that a special time? And you can say that in terms of only, because those two people shared that moment, only those two. That's why I guess the only part comes in. Only that moment was shared between those two people, and it may or may not. Well, it can't be repeated because things can only happen once. But to have that experience, I guess it still can only happen once. But to have that special moment, say, and I guess it's easy to explain to say you have it with somebody. You can think about that time. Remember that time? Or you can say to somebody, I only had that with you. I only shared that, or only experienced that, or I only blah, 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 that with you. So the two people can have a moment where only those two can be in it. So there's like a only, and then there's like first. I was just, trying to expand and elaborate on the experiences, the experiences the first time. Because that first time, it was like the first time. It's like the first time, I feel that first time you got high, and it was good. You want that again and again and again. At least I do. You know, to me, that's kind of what, I was going after. And I realized that I'm doing this stuff too much. It's not happening. I'm just like, why am I waking up every day smoking? And I ain't going nowhere. It's not taking me anywhere like it used to. And I want that, that feeling of being at a P-Funk concert and having that, that buzz come down and, oh, no wonder I'm showing up so clear and stuff. I got the brightness probably turned up. I think I got adaptive brightness on. So it's probably killing my battery. I don't care. I mean, I do care. I wish I could take a look. But you turn the brightness down. Not only that, doesn't get as hot. That's one of the things you gotta consider. It gets hot. Let's see. I'm just turning the brightness down. Yeah, it keeps going back up. I got it on adaptive. How much? Oh, so I'm still at 65. I'm still good. I got lots of battery. I shouldn't have to worry about it. But it's fun. That's what I do. So, that's what it was about. That's what it came down to this weekend. Having that experience. And it was wonderful. It was wonderful and it was glorious. To have that and to be recording it, the experience, the experience of believing that I stumbled upon a great epiphany. Believing, as I said before, believing whether it's true or not. If it's true or not, I don't know. If it's actuality, the reality of it kind of doesn't matter. What matters is how it made me feel at that moment. That feeling I had at that moment was real, regardless of the validity of the experience. And to have that, and to hear that music, hear my music I made, and just love it and enjoy it so much. To be so proud of it, it's like hearing it for the first time. It was like hearing it for the first time. It was good to have. It was good to have that experience with myself. It was really good to have that experience with myself. And I wanted to keep having that experience with myself. So I stayed up. Didn't want to go to sleep. I wanted to keep feeling this way. Like experiencing the thoughts in my own head for the first time. That first time really stuck. That first time thing really stuck in my head. There's something behind that. I think there may be something to that first time. It's what we're really chasing. We want it to feel like the first time or something like that. Feels good. So we'll start today, Monday. Work day. See how it goes one day at a time. Let me see, it'll be 4. It'll be day 13. Day 13. work day 13 after being off for 12 weeks. I can still do the math. 3, 4, 5. Work 3 days the first week, 4 days the second week, 5 days the third week. That's 12, so this will be the 13th day. Got my new computer. It seems to be set up and working. Windows 11. Got it on the network. Seem to have all my tools working. Able to do my job comfortably and fair, things capable. That's important to be able to, it's important to be able to, do your job comfortably and have your devices respond accordingly. See, these people ride right. They ride in a single file line. I like them. I'll say hi to them. See, they ride the right way. So, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. It was a good weekend. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was a good weekend. I think, anyway. I'm not sure. When you go down that, what I like to call rabbit hole, whew. Sometimes it really does feel like, that I won't recover from it fully. But I always seem to. Uh-oh. This thing acting like it's not recording audio again. Oh boy. It might be time to uninstall, reinstall the app. I don't know. Sometimes apps get quirky. And, for my kind of old school mind, fix repair. But the new nowadays is just to uninstall, reinstall. Uninstall and reinstalling is so much quicker, better than troubleshooting. But the only thing, sometimes you gotta reset your configuration and customization. Other than that, nobody repairs anything anymore. You just uninstall, reinstall the app and keep going. And the good apps know how to retain your customized settings. They don't overwrite certain files when they reinstall. And in fact, they even ask you, do you want to maintain some? But anyway. But it was recording audio. The audio indicator just stopped, and I kind of knew that. So I'll splice this together when I get home and post it. But trying to figure where I left off, but I guess it kind of don't matter. In fact, I was just listening to where I left off, so I should probably remember. I was just listening to it as I was doing a test of the audio broadcast services. So it was a good weekend. I had the experience that I wanted. And I did get queasy, like I was gonna pass out, and I did not like that. But even in that, and laying it down, and letting that pass, how good it felt for it to go away, and to get back to where I was. To have that feeling, I'm not gonna say it was worth, feeling dizzy or nauseous like that, but the experience of getting to back to healthy and back to comfortable, that was something. Just to lay there and just to be able to relax and say, oh, this feels so good to be back to you know, feeling good again since that passed. So that was good. So that was that. That was good. And it feels good to get back here. And it's 210 today. It'll drop. That way to drop off fast. I'm sure it'll drop off really fast. I don't know. We could have went. That way to drop off fast. And then, you know, I'll be at the undisclosed location. That usually kind of leads to harsher eating habits. Hanging out. But we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Summertime. Pay bills, get everything squared away. Of course, I don't do that during work. Try to not do bills or any of that during work. Try to do it during my breaks or whatever. And it seems to be helping me. It seems to be helping the process, keeping my mind feeling good as far as work goes. Woo! I guess I could carry two phones, huh? I can just keep this phone in my pocket and then carry another phone, shoot the video with another phone. But then again, I wouldn't be able to upload it while I was walking and carrying two phones. And this one does it. It does the job. I don't need to carry two phones. Even though the other one is lighter, smaller. It'll be a lot easier to carry. Hold on the stick and everything. But, you know, I don't need to carry two phones. It was a good weekend. I had my moment. Because I used to smoke weed heavily. Like I said, probably too heavily, too much. It got to the point where, now I wouldn't do it before work. Wouldn't do it before work or at work. Though I've definitely went to work or been high at work or doing work, for sure, once or twice, but nothing like a habit. You know, nothing is habit as before. I think one time I was hanging out with somebody. It was lunchtime and they smoked weed during lunch like it's cigarettes. You know, that's how they got their life set up. I think I was with them and thinking of going back to work. But I don't think I would do that. I don't think. Even though I was working in the entertainment industry, and it, you know, probably wouldn't have got in too much trouble for having a little buzz at work. But I don't think I did that. But anyway, yeah, during work, I try to stay clear-minded. Makes for a better work. I mean, it's like, why be high at work? It's just ruining the high. I mean, but, you know, sometimes you go in on a Friday or going in on a certain day or something like that, and it's not really work. You're just at the building. And, you know, you're kind of doing something or not doing something. You know, something like that is cool. But to be high at work kind of defeats the purpose, if you ask me. Kind of defeats the purpose. Ruins the high and ruins the work. That's why I don't do black miles either. So at the point, the black miles, the feeling I get is completely counterproductive, if you could put it that way. If that's the word you want to use, and I think it might be. Whew, all right. All right. I think we're done here. I probably should stop saying that. But anyway, swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the phone. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all, theory of universe. Hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery.